Hello everyone, welcome to another stream, welcome to another video, welcome to another session of Elite Dangerous, which is the game I play. Another random impromptu stream, probably not, this is a time limited one, I'm going to be playing until about 7 o'clock tonight, so I hope you enjoy it. I shall resume where I left off from. So yeah, I am exactly where I left off yesterday. Was it yesterday or was it Thursday? It might have been yesterday. I can't remember, I've slept since then. That's actually quite disturbing. But yes, I'm continuing my trip into the unknown. Again, no destination set, because this game, of all the wonderful things that it does do, the one wonderful thing that it doesn't do is remember where you actually wanted to go. So every new session you have to open Galaxy Map.
Displaying map.
Thank you, Verity.
Wingman 1 targeting now.
Thank you, Verity. And we have to try and go target to where we've gone before, so to do it all over again. So never mind. But if you remember, it's not as bad as yesterday's session where I managed to get 500 light years out into the galaxy and then realise that I hadn't brought an SRV with me, which is kind of half the point of doing an exploration mission. So I had to head back, pick up an SRV and then head back out to where I started from. So that was lots of fun for the last...
Okay, reversing 75, readying now.
Sector 1G-N B36-3. Okay, we'll try IG-N. Hi-de ho! Yeah, Dark Smack, how you doing? So there we go. So now I am, that's something like 500 light years away from where I was. So I want to go that way another 500 light years. That'll do nicely. Ooh, it's dark. Ooh, it's light again. Where's the light source? There isn't one, that pretty much means it's dark. Ooh, kind of iced myself in there, I think. Yep, definitely settled into that snow a little bit. Okay, so shall we head off then? Open left panel. K-J B50-4. Close left panel. Oh, sorry, Dark Smart. Sorry to hear that. Have a good one yourself, mate. Close left panel. Close left panel. Close panel. Close comms panel.
Comms closed.
Bloody thing. Raise landing gear.
Retracting landing gear.
Well, last time out we explored this entire system. It's mostly unexplored, so I've got first dibs on this system. Engage Super Cruise.
Super Cruise drive engaging. 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
Happy New Year, Garzini! How you doing? Have you had a good one? Thus far? Jump.
Engaging jump drive. Four, three, two, one. Engage.
Blowing up SRVs. That sounds like fun. Apart from that, the SRVs doesn't have an apostrophe in it.
Fuel scooping.
System map.
System map.
How have I been, Garzini? Well, how have I been?
Fuel scooping complete.
It's been an interesting couple of days. I'll tell you that much. I don't want to go into why it's been interesting, because it's not something I should really talk about live on a stream, but it's interesting. Yeah. Up and down. On the whole, though, pretty good. We had some fun New Year's night. Old Year's night / New Year's Day.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
Jump. Had family around.
Engaging jump drive.
Had the eldest child around, and the grandkids. And we had a session playing Cards Against Humanity and Exploding Kittens, up until the bells came in. Then we all got very drunk, and then they went home.
4,
So yeah,
3,
had a good night.
2, 1. Engage.
Yesterday I played some Elite, as you probably know from the previous stream, and then watched some telly and went to bed. And this morning we were supposed to go to IKEA, but the wifey wasn't well enough to go, so went for breakfast instead. Had a pancake breakfast at Frankie and Benny's, and
Fuel scooping.
came back home. Mum came round for a bit, and that was it. How's Exploding Kittens? It's a lot of fun, Garzini. I'll be honest, it's not as rude as I thought it was going to be, because we played the not safe for work deck, and it wasn't as not safe for work as I thought.
Fuel
It was
scooping complete.
actually fairly mild. But other than that, we had it was fun to play. I've worked out I'm universally crap at it, and my son kicks everybody's arse at it. So when it comes to throwing Exploding Kittens at people, he is the best. Open system map.
System cartography. Fuel scoop disengaged.
Jump.
Charging frameshift drive.
It's amazing the dice skills that kids can have. I find it quite scary how good kids can be with dice. I had my ass handed to me. It's Snakes and Ladders, Ludo,
4,
Monopoly.
3, 2, 1. Engage.
Actually quite amazing that I still like things like Monopoly and anything that involves 6-sided dice, given how much stuff and many times I've been killed by somebody when, oh for God's sake, this sentence isn't going to work, is it? Amazing that I still like things that involve 6-sided dice, given how many times I've had my ass handed to me by people who use 6-sided dice.
Fuel scooping.
Jesus, that was more effort than it should have been. Open system map.
System map.
Close system map.
Closing map. Fuel scooping complete. Fuel scoop disengaged.
Huh, go figure. The bit on the Cytec joystick with the holes that contains the MFD is just the right size to hold my phone. Awesome. Jump!
Jumping. Four, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
One thing I'm quite upset about as far as the exploding kittens is concerned is that the awesome extra they added into the box, which was the meow when you open the box, has already run out of batteries.
Fuel scooping.
Which is little disappointing. Open system map.
System map. Fuel scooping complete.
Well, other than the star, nothing has been explored on there. I think I shall give that one a go. Hey Gamora, welcome back. Never game played over Christmas, played by one person through completion. That, in a way, that's quite sad, Garzini. I lament your lonely Christmas.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
loop of correction, because I preempted the loop of shame. When it says slow down, that's a loop of shame. There are 4 people involved in each game, but 3 of us were basically watching. Intriguing. That could be taken in many ways and could relate to many different things. Many of which, going through my head, are quite rude. So I'm going to stop there. So it could be something as innocent as Pictionary. Or charades. Or charades, whichever way you want to pronounce it. I kind of have a plan. My plan is essentially head that away until I find stuff that no one's seen before. No one's explored before. And then explore it. Sightseeing, I suppose, to a certain extent, but primarily I'm just out to try and make some money and try and find something nobody's seen before. I want to stake my claim on something that no one's explored. And, if possible, find an Earth-like and stake my name on that, because I haven't done that yet in this game. Yeah, where no man has gone before. Or where no Selezen has gone before. I brought an SRV, so if I feel like going down and visiting some planets, I can do that as well. Although that was so funny yesterday. I say funny, but it wasn't funny. I got 500 light years out and realised I hadn't brought an SRV, which was a bit stupid. So guess what I had to do? Yeah. I had to go and find... I had to go back and get an SRV. which was not a good thing.
The Big Bang, the theory that suggests that the universe was formed from a single point in space during a cataclysmic explosion about 13.7 billion years ago. This is the current accepted theory for the origin of the universe, and is supported by measurements of background radiation and the observed expansion of space.
Well, that was a bit random. I'm starting to get the feeling that Vert is a bit hard of hearing sometimes, so it's okay. I actually get the feeling that she falls asleep now and again. There's wakes up and think, oh shit, I better look as if they're interested. Quick, say something random. So it's fine. Everybody's got their quirks. Ah, see, so it's maybe that's the problem. She's not absent-minded. Maybe she's actually looking in other places. Maybe she's broadcasting or receiving from different planes of existence, i.e., other people's machines and other people's lives. That's how good this AI is. That's how good HAS voice packs are. Have you heard the recent news about Big Bang Theory, Garzini? Do you want to know it if you haven't? I said, would you like to know, there's been some news today, or I think it was today, possibly yesterday, about Big Bang Theory. Would you like to know what it is? Because if you don't, I understand people don't like this sort of stuff being told to them. Spoilers and such. It's not storyline spoilers, but stuff. Damn it. Loop of correction. It's nothing major, it's just that apparently the producers of Big Bang Theory have announced in the last couple of days that season 10 will be the last season of Big Bang Theory. Which I think is good. I think I think they've got enough time to wrap up the stories, because I think the characters have developed to the point where they've all reached a conclusion where they've developed to a point where they can't really do much more with them, to be honest. So I think it's pretty good. I love Big Bang Theory. I'd love it to continue indefinitely, but I do realise that series like this do tend to have finite lifespans before they start to run out of ideas. And I think quitting while you're ahead is always a good thing, and they are definitely ahead at the moment. I found it irritating. I have a habit when I'm watching something, I kind of binge watch a lot of series, and Big Bang Theory was one of the ones that was binge watched to get up to date with what's currently on. And whilst binge watching it, I was reading through the Wikia site, because I tend to look at Wikia sites quite a lot when I'm binge watching a series. And there's a couple of reviewers, IGN, or is it the Web Critic, or the Lazy Critic, or whatever his fucking name is. That critic guy, or whatever his name is, were just so slating the entire series all the way through. It was like, oh god, here's the same story again. Oh, why can't they develop these characters? Really shitty reviews by people with very small minds, basically. And I find it amusing, because they're saying, why can't these characters develop? Well, the reason they are developing, but they're developing in a very subtle way, over a period of time, not within 3 episodes, which is what these people seem to want. And I do enjoy the fact that you look at the first season of the characters, or you look at the second season, the third season, and then you watch other series as well. And there is a hell of a lot of development between them. If you watch a season 2 episode and then you watch a season 8 episode, there's a ridiculous amount of development, but it's taking place very, very slowly and very, very gradually over the series. And I think it's worked really well, because they've never once really gone out of someone's character, apart from a few little mistakes in scripting. But if it's for the want of comedy, then they've done it a few times. But that's how comedy works. You go for the funny first. Inconsistencies then are kind of excused, as far as I'm concerned anyway. But yeah, I think the development over the last 8 or 9 years has been pretty good. Characters have moved on, they've got better. Sheldon especially, obviously, because he's the kind of focus of the whole series, watching him develop and get rid of some of his neuroses and become more of a person rather than a Spock clone. And I think it's been fun to watch. But they've done it in a subtle way rather than being blatant about it. They haven't actually battered you across the head with it overly often, which is what a lot of American series tend to do, because American TV producers seem to think the Americans are dim. Some of them are, yeah, but then so are some Brits. But it's that catering to the lowest denomination that kind of can ruin a lot of series. Whereas Big Bang Theory has been subtle enough and developed in a slow enough pace to be worth watching. A little bit more kind of, he says in inverted commas, realistic than other things. So yeah, I'm sorry to see it go, but I think they've got another season and a half of stuff to do, and I think that'll wrap up a lot of the plots. I think we'll probably end up with I think we'll probably want to see Sheldon get married off. We want to see Kuthrapal at least get a steady relationship and keep going with it, which he seems to be doing with this girl that he's with at the moment anyway. And obviously that's how Americans want to wrap things up. Everyone lives happily ever after because they've got a woman. That seems to be the important need for everyone. Everyone has to have a girlfriend or a wife. Well, didn't Friends do much the same thing? They went to sort of 9 seasons and then said, right, next season that's it, done. Pretty sure that's what they did as well. And I think that's kind of, I actually was thinking that Big Bang Theory copied the same methods that Friends had used. I could be wrong. I can't remember, it was that long ago. And I'd kind of gone off watching Friends by then. I did find that seasons 9 and 10 of Friends kind of, what's it they call it, flanderization? They kind of flanderized the characters into focusing on one of their quirks and then making that the joke for the rest of the series. And it kind of diluted the characters down a bit. I think Chuck Lorre is not going to let that happen to his characters, because he tends to be quite true to his characters all the way to the end, from what I've seen in the series that he's done before. Dharma and Greg, and that one with Charlie Sheen that's not got Charlie Sheen anymore. 2.5 Men, that kind of thing. So yeah, I think it'll come to a nice end. My wife's devastated, she loves Big Bang Theory. But I think it's good because you get the whole story then. You then have an entire story to watch. You can watch it from start to end. And I think it's nice. So you're not always waiting for the next one to come out, which really winds her up. She wants to write to Big Bang Theory and NCIS and tell them to make NCIS episodes every single day. Open system map.
System map.
People shouldn't link
Flight engaged.
People shouldn't link NCIS and CSI together. They're two totally different series. NCIS is really, really good. It's got good characters, good plots, good character interaction. Whereas CSI tends to be a bit bland, I think. They're two totally different series. I didn't like Jag. I wasn't a big fan of Jag myself, to be honest. It was very bland as well. I think it was more of a... It tried to be an 80s series, but it was done too late. But it was too early to be a 2000 series. Didn't quite have the production values and the acting ability. Whereas NCIS, I think, took over from Jag completely. Because as I say, NCIS just works. They got the chemistry on that just right, I think. Deploy landing gear.
Lowering gear.
To be fair, Garzini, I'm not either. I don't watch TV as such. I tend to watch seasons of things. I tend to watch things like box sets or on demand or stuff recorded or whatever. I tend not to enjoy the TV scheduling thing. So I tend to try not to do that. Deploy SRV.
Prepping SRV.
Do myself then. Yeah, by doing what? I'm tempted to find, for myself rather than looking online, what minerals are available on all of the landable planets within 10 light years of Sol inclusive. Materials, not minerals. 15 planetary bodies just in Sol. That sounds like fun. Nothing wrong with that. That sounds like a lot of fun to me. Deploy cargo scoop.
The cargo scoop deployed.
Target.
Locking on to target.
Target.
Target locked.
Next target.
Next target.
Next target.
Next target.
2 days just to find the very rare material. Wow. See, the thing is, that's the way you want to play the game. That's how you make the game interesting for yourself. You find out, you get something to do, and you decide to do it. Can't understand all these people out there who are saying that Elite's boring. Interesting. Raise landing gear.
Gear coming up.
Engage supercruise.
Charging supercruise drive. Engage.
Oh, good for you. Everyone needs surveyors. It's alright. That's no problem, mate. You wall of text away. Jump.
Jumping. Four, three, two, one. Engage. Fuel scooping.
System map. Open system map.
System map.
Oh, that's a completely unexplored. DJ Truthsayer. Good evening to you, sir. Long time no speak. How good you good, sir? I'm fine, thank you very much. Happy New Year. You have a good Christmas. I did indeed. It was awesome sauce. I did loads of things. I had loads of food. I got loads of lovely presents, including a lovely joystick that I'm playing this lovely game with right this moment as we speak. Yes. So yeah, everything was good. New Year was awesome. How about you?
Fuel scoop disengaged.
Many things to discuss. Yeah, anytime, mate. Just let me know. Best thing to do is probably send me a message through Facebook. If you don't have me on Facebook, then it's Selezen Lake on Facebook, and we can organise something there. It's probably the best way to discuss it, at least to get me organised on TeamSpeak, or through Skype, or whatever's easiest for you. I am Freeman. Hello, welcome to the stream, mate. Wow, first time seeing gameplay for this. Is it worth buying? Right. A lot of other people get asked the same question, and they give the answer I'm going to give. If it's the sort of game you think you would like, it's definitely worth buying. What it is a completely sandbox, open world universe. You've got the entire human galaxy, well, the entire Milky Way galaxy to play in. You start off with a Sidewinder. You start off with a small ship and a small amount of money, and you can trade up. You basically trade with people and do things and do missions if you want. If you like that kind of thing, if you like being able to choose your own path and do your own thing in space, then yes, you'll love it, because I think this is the best game for that genre. You can trade your way up the ranks and get promotion and get different ranks, because you have elite ranks there, 3 of which you have a combat rank, a trade rank, an exploration rank, and of course the new CQC rank, which is your sort of melee combat sub game, if you like. Every time you do trade, your rank increases. The more profit you make, the more rank you get. And as DJ Truth says, it's entirely up to you. You choose what you do. You have everything in front of you, and all you have to do is choose a path. You can change that path if you want. You can do what you like. As he says, if you need saying, right, do this, do that, do the other, then it's not your game. It's not something you'll enjoy. Because most of this game is about your imagination and about what you want to do, how you want to play it. You want to play it on your own and just do things for yourself, and you can do that. You want to play it with other people and have a team and a group. You can set up a clan or anything like that. You can do whatever you like, and you will enjoy it. There's a lot of things in here, a lot of things for people to enjoy, and I think if you have an open enough mind and imaginative and creative, you will have a great time with this game. So yes, there you go. It's always difficult answering that question, because it's different things, different strokes for different folks, if you like. Everyone's got their own idea what a game should be, what should be in something, what a space game should have in it. People who've come from things like Elite or Freelancer in the past will like this sort of game. If you're the sort of person who enjoys first-person shooter games where you have a set campaign, or you like things like Wing Commander where you have a set campaign, then you probably won't like it as much. But if for example you like Microsoft Flight Sim or games like that where you're given a plane and you're allowed to fly about, then you'll love this game, because it gives you the entirety of space and you don't have to worry about hitting the ground unless you buy the Horizons expansion. So yeah, I think it's an awesome game because it's my kind of game. This is the game I grew up playing. This is the game that got me into computers and got me into writing and got me into creating my own fictional universes to live in. So yes, it's right up my street, so I'm going to bone it as much as I can, basically. to coin the phrase. What I'm doing at the moment is I'm exploring the galaxy. I am going out basically on my own with one ship and one little buggy, and I'm going to see what's out here. I'm currently on the order of something like 700 light years away from civilized space. So there are no other people around, no other pilots, no other NPCs or players. And I'm just playing for myself. What I've been doing up till this point is trading. Mostly. Done a few missions, a few community goals. If you stay in the civilized section of the galaxy where humanity has expanded into, then you will get things like missions. You can take on missions at the bulletin boards at space stations and so on. So you'll have some structure to it if you want that. You can essentially make your money and do your ranks in doing that as well. You can be told what to do. Well, thank you for the follow, mate. I am Freeman. I do appreciate that. Thank you very much. I hope you are enjoying things. Oh, damn. Loop of shame! Sadly, I get very distracted when I play this game, and if people talk to me, then I miss things. I'm very good at doing that. That's because I care about my chat people. I do. My chat denizens are my universe. So I say I'm going out on my own into the galaxy. I'm not really, because I'm taking you lot with me. You're all stuck in canisters in the hold, basically. Hehehe. Yes, I would agree with that, DJ Truthsayer. I'm Freeman. If you read DJ Truthsayer's previous post there, this is the best community in the world, no exception. I have never seen, and apparently many other people have never seen, a community that's quite like this one. There's a hardcore of people who play this game, who've played this game and its predecessors for the last 20 odd years, who just make it somewhere where you want to be. Those people will never shun you if you ask a question. They will never criticise you for being a noob. They will never have a go at you for asking the same question again. They will never question you for never shout at you for starting a new thread in a forum when it's a question that's already been answered. They are awesome people. Meet them face to face and they're even more awesome. They're the most giving, generous, helpful, kind, considerate, forgiving, awesome bunch of people you will ever meet in your life. So there. Selezen says it is so, therefore it is so. Yeah, so there you go. So yeah, welcome to the game. I hope you enjoy. Oh shucks, you people. No, keep saying that kind of thing, DJ Truthsayer. Keep saying it. That's what keeps me here. Yeah, I think I'm a big fan of the streamer community for this game, because the streamer community for this game is absolutely awesome. DJ Truthsayer is one of the best of the streamers. There are a few hardcore guys out there who play this game consistently, constantly. DJ has created or he and his buddies have created a clan called the Imperial Inquisition, who band together and fight the Federation, basically, and slag them off. But there are some community streamers on this game are absolutely amazing. in no particular order. We have DJ Truthsayer himself, Caleb Dark, Gamora, I think Garzini streams as well. Various other people in the Imperial Inquisition whose names I can't remember. There's a guy who pisses on the sofa, or is it wears no pants on the sofa. I've done it again. Look, loop of shame. You've got Rhaegar, you've got Mad Dog, you've got Kate Click, you've got Fiery Toad, the amazing Fiery Toad. Second to none in the streamer community as far as I'm concerned, because he will help you with everything. If you do something stupid, he'll slag you off to the nines about it, but in a good-natured way that doesn't make you want to cry. Who else? Kane Majere, Nat's Right, Jeebus man. Human, obviously. Human, the Songmeister, indeed. I got it just before you did there, Garzini. God, who else? I follow so many people. Oh, how can I forget Karash? He is the man. If you want information about what's coming up in Elite, his tongue is firmly up Frontier Development's bottom. He knows everything that's happening. Pretty much everything that's going to happen. He either knows it in advance and will keep dropping you hints now and again, or he'll go find out for you. He's an awesome guy. He's reasonably good at keeping a secret though, so if you're hoping to get like juicy tidbits out of him, you probably won't get him. But now and again he does slip. Bless him. But Human is there's a spinning thing on the bottom of my screen, a sort of rotating advert thing at the bottom of my screen there. Human has created an album of Elite parody songs, which is hilarious. It's absolutely brilliant. So, yep, I was getting to that. We also have conventions that go on, usually across the UK. If you're UK based, Freeman, then you'll be loving this, because we have at the minute 3 regular conventions that are focused more or less on Elite. The next one coming up is Elite Meet, which is in Glasgow in March. Is it April? Is it the start of April? One of those anyway. We're all going to get together up there and play some games and have some fun and drink some beer, and other things will happen there as well, because we usually have a network room going, some network gaming going on, some board games going on, some other stuff going on, just meet and greet and have fun with everybody. That's usually the least organised one, because it's more of a free-form thing where we all just get together, have a laugh and do whatever we want to do. I'll hopefully be there, and I'll hopefully bring my RPG as well, which we'll hopefully have a session at. Then in July you've got LaveCon, which is kind of the big one. It's the biggest one at the moment. That's been organised by the Lave Radio guys, which is another community thing that you've probably not seen yet. A lot of guys have started a weekly podcast. They've been doing it since this game was being developed, and have kept it going after release, which they weren't sure about doing, but they have done. They now have a live show that they do every Tuesday. The guys involved with starting that up started up LaveCon, which this year again will be in Northampton area, if I remember rightly. A lovely country hotel, which is absolutely beautiful and has wonderful facilities. Free tea, free coffee. Done it again. And obviously bar areas, stages. Now this is a bit more organised, so there'll be a thing going on. There's a lot of stuff that goes on there. Lave Radio will record a show while they're there. There'll be readings from books. There will be presentations from things. There'll be people there from other games. There'll be cosplay, live role playing, loads and loads of different stuff. Board games obviously as well, and hopefully again the RPG will be there. My RPG, that is. I don't have thingy on at the moment, so there you go. And October we have Fantasticon, which is the one that everyone's talking about at the moment, because it was probably the most fun I've had with my clothes on this year or last year. Which is organised by Fantastic Books Publishing, who publish some of the... Hey, Fluffy Bunny! They published some of the Elite books that were written a couple of years ago. but they also do other stuff. So they, on the back of the Elite stuff that they did, they started doing an Elite focused convention 2 years ago. Well, a year ago, roughly. But they also have a lot of different things there. So they'll have Elite stuff there. They'll have Elite guests. They'll have guests from other things. They'll have their own book authors, Elite authors. Again, the RPG. Different games. They'll have a network room. They'll have different games, computer games and board games all set up to play, and just basically do loads of different stuff. They do some charity stuff as well, all organised by the lovely Dan Grubb and his lovely wife Gabby, who are awesome and chaotic and awesome still. So yeah, that's fantastic. And then there's basically other things that go on during the year. I've got no doubt that there will be other stuff happening. Other people are starting to look at doing conventions for themselves. I'm very keen this year to start some kind of streamer thing going, because I'm trying to get the streamer community to come together and advertise themselves through each other, because we do, I think, to be honest, I think that streamers do a great job advertising this game. So as far as I'm concerned, all the Elite Dangerous streamers should come together and have a community of their own, which I'm trying to organise this year. That's hopefully one of the big things I'm going to be doing this year. So DJ Truthsayer, who I think knows about this already, then please take part and let me know. We'll have a discussion about that in shortly. So it's that. What have I missed in the chat? Human and I really need to speak with you. Alright, well, I'm going to be wrapping up this stream in about 10 minutes time, mate. So do you want to have a quick chat after that? It'll be quick, so I have to go and sort tea out for the family, but speed you talk at, it probably won't take that long. So fair enough then, mate. I think I've still got the address for your TeamSpeak server on. Oh, you're going to go on Skype? Okay. As I say, what I'll do then is I'll wrap this stream up in about 10 minutes time. I'll probably just finish exploring this system. I'm not going to bother landing on something, and then I'll jump to the next system. Done it again? For fuck's sake. Oops, language. When I'm talking, what I ought to do is actually keep to this proper speed I should be at, rather than going full whack. Oh no! That's a disaster, mate! Where is it you are? Well, where are you? That's a more grammatical way of saying it. I know, Garzini, I'm too busy talking. Got far too many things going around my head at the minute. Now that I'm talking about shit that I'm quite keen on, I'm not paying attention to the blindest thing that I'm doing. Jump.
Frameshift drive engaging.
And how can I've got this far, mates, without saying HCS voice packs for the win? That voice you just heard speaking there, Verity.
Yes.
Hello.
Greetings. Ready to engage. 3, 2, 1, engage.
You're in the US. Awesome. More Americans in this game, that's what I say. That's a shame though, as far as conventions are concerned, but you know, if you've got enough notice, maybe you can save up, maybe you can come across. We've had a few people from various different countries come over. Although we are trying to see if we can get more people from different countries to have conventions in their country. Obviously, as a new person, obviously you wouldn't be expected to do any of that, but we would love conventions to go international. We'd love Elite Meet to go international, because Elite Meet is one of those thingies, one of those things that can be expanded, and we are trying to move that one around the country here. But if other people in different countries wanted to host an Elite Meet, that would be fantabulous. Vasco to the bridge.
Vasco, you're required for duty.
Acknowledged. Awaiting further instructions.
Open system map.
System map.
You find it annoying when somebody comes in, and picks up all the big bits, and then just leaves all the little shit for everyone else to pick up. Irritating as hell, that is. Oh, I'm not going to bother with this one. I'll take the next one, I think.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
What have we just done? What was I going to say there? What's the guy's name? Is it Cringer63? Is another US one who's based well. He's another US based streamer who's quite interesting to watch. Let me try and see if I can grab his I think it's Cringer63 if I remember rightly. Yes, it is. Yeah, he streams Elite Dangerous on a regular basis as well, and is US based, so he may suit your time scales as well. But yeah, anytime you want to pop round here. You're downloading Elite, are you? Oops. Jump.
Engaging jump.
Hi Simmer1540, how you doing, mate? You've came just in time for me to stop streaming in 5 minutes time.
4, 3, 2, 1, engage.
Hello. Vasco. Vasco.
Fuel scooping.
Open system map.
Let's take a closer look, shall we?
Fuel scooping complete.
It's alright, if I don't advertise these things, mate, how are you supposed to know?
Fuel scoop disengaged.
Jump.
Charging frame shift drive.
Yeah, but HCS voice packs do are a little company who've started up in the last couple of years, specifically to do things like artificial intelligence voice packs and controls for these sorts of games.
1, engage.
Now they do voice packs for Elite primarily, but they also cater for things like Star Citizen and other flight sim games. If you wanted to modify the controls for them as such, some of the packs, I think Astra, their main pack, which is a big thing, they've made to be compatible pretty much anything you can think of.
Fuel scooping.
Knowledge 1970 lives like 20 minutes from you. Awesome! They've got mini convention brewing right there. Open system map.
Let's take a closer look, shall we?
So all these voice commands that I'm doing right now are all based around.
Fuel scooping complete.
Well, that's all been explored, isn't it? It's a bit nasty.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
Jump.
Charging frame shift drive.
Yeah, and you have a variety of different voice packs for this pack, this little add-on. You have to install something called Voice Attack, which is a very cheap program. But very effective. It basically allows you to do voice commands to control the computer, but you can use it for games as well. And what HCS voice packs do is they supply voice packs for that program that you can install as sound packs, and then use them in your game. So it's pretty cool. You can also, if you have the time and the inclination, you can also make it to set your computer up to control that as well. So I had the same problem. I had a bit of a problem with setting the speed, because it used to put me on full stop all the time when I breathed. So I just turned that control off. All you have to do is turn it off, then just use your mouse or your joystick to do it, or your keyboard. Open system map.
Let's take a closer look, shall we?
Oh, another unexplored. Okay, I am Freeman. Just a quick look then at these are all the different planet. Well, not all of them, but a lot of different planetary types. But to give you an idea of what this game actually encompasses, open galaxy map.
Galaxy map.
Okay, there's where I am. Sorry, there's where I am. There's where I'm going. That bit with all those little red ships over there, that's where I was. And that's where I'm going. So that's my local region of space. That's a region about 10 light years diameter. Sorry, about 50, about 100 light years diameter around there, right? But to give you an idea of how big this game is, there's the entire galaxy. And it's explorable. Every one of those dots, including thousands and thousands of them concentrated in that central bit, every dot there and about 100,000 other dots that you can't see around each one of those dots is an explorable planet. An explorable system, sorry. An explorable star system. If I scroll myself over there, then zoom in, you'll see although that bit's quite blank because I'm not actually in the galactic disk. As you can see, everything's named. Everything's populated. Well, not populated by people, but every star system there has something in it to look at. And has the potential of having stuff there. I just realised something. That last system I was in, the one I just finished exploring, that had a salvageable wreckage icon in there, and I didn't even look at it, and I'm out in the sticks. That should have been awesome I should have explored that. Shit. Right, okay, what I'm going to do then is I'm going to explore this system, and then I'm going to call it a day. I really enjoyed voice talking the packs. Tom no chance for ED. Blah, 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 blah. Right, next. Yeah, so Freeman, the community is great, the game's great. You've also got, if you're in for a bit of a quick fix on your gaming, then there's CQC mode, which is close quarters combat. And although it's not something I'm particularly fond of, it's an awesome little sub game where you basically, it's like your pilot is simulating a a close quarters combat game, basically head to head against other players online in little fighter ships, basically just kicking the crap out of each other. Always fun. It is fun. It's a lot of fun actually, and it means that even when you get back to like if you get into the main game and you're trading, or you go out exploring, or you don't want to be doing the combat with your very expensive rebuy ship, then you can, if you want a bit of combat, a bit of fun, hone your fighting skills, then you can go and do a bit of CQC. So I think at this point in time, I think this game has got something for all tastes. It's got something for everyone, I think. If you like about the political machinations, you've got power play, which essentially means that there's a lot of political powers in the core systems who are vying for control over parts of the galaxy, the human-controlled galaxy, that is. And you can side with one of them, and you get certain benefits from that. Although you have to take the consequences of, if you fly into someone else's space, then you may be fired upon by their loyal forces. So if you like a bit of politics, a bit of grind for someone else's cause, then go for it. You've also got the trading thing, like I said. You can do the trade and just try and get as much money as you can by trading as much as you can. There are loads of different trade tools on the internet for that. The one I use is IDDB or IDBB or something like that. Just do a search for elite trading tools and you'll find several of them. And I've done it again. Wasn't even looking at it that time. You've got exploration, which is what I'm doing now. Just basically point your ship out in the galaxy and go and do stuff. I've been over that before. You have combat as well. You can take the part of an escort pilot and just go and beat people up for a career, which again is fun. Or you can do whatever you want to do. You can do anything you want to do. The galaxy is your oyster, as they say. The game is expanded in several ways. The base Elite Dangerous game you can pick up for £10, I think, at the moment. I think it's either on Steam or even on Frontier's own site you can get it. And that will give you this entire galaxy to explore, play in, do whatever you want. It will give you, at the moment, 29 different ships to fly. You start off with a little Sidewinder, which is a teeny tiny little ship. Missed it again, look. And 1,000 credits, I think. And then you can trade and make your profits and trade up to any of the 29, up to the biggest one, which at the moment I think is Federal Corvette, which is 127 million to buy. At the moment I'm sitting on 9 million, but I've got about 50 odd million in assets because I keep buying ships and not selling them on. But what you do have as well, you know what, I think I'll show you with this. You also have Horizons, which is the second season of updates for this game, which brings in, initially, from the offset, planetary landings, which I'm just going to show you, and over the year is going to bring more things like multi-crewed ships, create a pilot, planetary landings on atmospheric planets at some point in the next couple of years as well has been touted. That's the sort of mother lode, if you like.
Orbital flight engaged.
Yeah, so you can have £10, or is it $10 or $12, something like that on Steam? Something like that. You can buy the base game. As they say, they're 30 quid, which I think's about 40 quid for you guys over in the States. $40, sorry. Me and my exchange rates don't work very well. And you can have a copy of Horizons, which lets you do this, and will set you up for the rest of the year for updates. And there is a 10-year plan. At the moment, 9 years of that remain, where Elite will keep on being expanded. So you'll have the option to buy a new update every year, or you can. They usually bring out a kind of. They have done the last couple of years. They've brought out or introduced a lifetime expansion pack, which you can buy for about $150, which essentially guarantees you every single update of the game. Essentially, at that point, once you've paid that money, you get that for no additional cost. Deploy landing gear.
Deploying landing gear.
And there you go, landed. Deploy SRV.
Deploying.
Deploy SRV.
Deploying.
Doesn't want to deploy the SRV for some reason. Yeah, I'm now over time now, so I'm not going to spend too long. I just want to show I Am Freeman just how cool this game is. It's awesome sauce on its own, just with the space pilot and stuff. They've been able to get out your ship and drive around on a planet's surface. Just is awesome. And just show you the awesomeness of the graphics. There's my ship. Isn't she a beaut? This is the external camera view, which gives you all this power to look at everything in the glorious, glorious detail that it is. My little buggy and my little ship. Well, it's not so much a little ship as a big ship. There you go. So I'm going to redock and I'm going to finish off exploring the system and then go and talk to DJ Truthsayer. So yeah, I'm glad you're downloading it, I Am Freeman. I hope you enjoy it, I really do. If you do, then please pop back and drop me a line, let me know how you're enjoying it. If you're not, please tell me you're not, and I won't apologise, because, you know, I'm not that kind of person. But yeah, I hope you enjoy it, I really do. I really do think you will. Again, if you think this is your kind of game, or if you've enjoyed looking at what you've seen and what I've said to you, then yeah, I think you're going to have an awesome time, mate. Raise landing gear.
Retracting docking modules.
Boost.
Afterburners engaged.
Engage Super Cruise.
Preparing for super cruise.
Engage.
Interesting, Flinny Buffy Esquire. Fluffy Bun Esquire. I'm just going to call you Fluffy, because otherwise it's too confusing. Unexplored rock. Are you going to share that with us, Fluffy? Am I clear? Not yet. Jump.
Friendship drive engaging.
Engage. Engage Super Cruise.
Engaging cruise.
Twat.
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
Forgot for a minute there, I thought it was hyperspacing out for some reason. Duh! I would say to you also, M. Freeman, the head movement stuff that I'm doing. Okay. A distress call out here? No, you know what, I'm not going to worry about it. Do you have Nightbot running, or would I need permission to post a link? I don't have Nightbot on. Try it and see. I think I've got it switched off unless I've got Nightbot on, but Nightbot doesn't seem to be on at the moment. Give it a try, see what happens. There we go, you see? Okay, that's not right. Who ate Roger Rabbit? What was I saying? Before I was so rudely interrupted. Yeah, the head movement thing on the screen at the moment, the way I'm actually moving my head around like that, that's not something that's naturally in game. You have to buy an additional bit of kit for that if you didn't know that already. I have a piece of kit called an ED tracker, or ED tracker, which stands for, it doesn't stand for Elite Dangerous Tracker, it's, I don't know what it stands for actually. I suppose it's a play on head tracker, I don't know. But essentially it's a very cheap, very well made, very well put together bit of kit that sits on a hat or a headset or your head or whatever you decide, like a Kirby grip or a beret or whatever you call it, you put your hair with. That allows you to use that as a joystick for your head look accessing game. Works very, very well. It's very, very cheap, but again it's a UK product, so you may find some additional costs for getting one for export, but probably not much, because they're just a little company, they're not a great big conglomerate or anything, so you'll have a standard international shipping rate for it. But I'll tell you this, mate, if you are going to play this game, it is very, very worth getting a hold of one, because it makes the game so immersive. The game will have things like Oculus Rift and various different 3D environment, full 3D environment support. when all those systems are finalised. It's looking at, I think this version has support for the other 3D options, the other Oculus Rift-like things, like little Google Cardboard things and that kind of thing. There's an HTC one, isn't there, and a Samsung one. I think it's got support for them. But the latest SDK from Oculus Rift broke compatibility because it uses the wrong version of DirectX or OpenGL or something. So they have to wait until Oculus has caught up with ED's development before they can get that back in place again. But I actually, having used all of the different options, I actually like this method of head tracking best. It's more comfortable, it means you can see what you're doing, you don't have to fumble about in the dark for your keyboard. And it's very responsive. The version I've got is an older version, which seems to have this habit of auto-centering itself when I look sideways, and there's a little bit of drift on it as well, but that's because it doesn't have the auto-centering. The later models have auto-centering and different calibration options, including a third axis of movement, because I can look up, down, left, right basically, but I don't have a back and forward or a head tilt. Apparently the latest version has, I think it has head tilt, I don't think it has back and forward, like towards and away from the screen, but tilting your head from side to side, it does actually recognise that. So yes, very, very much worth it. Which is it? It is. Oh, hello, Sulfide. I don't think I've spoken to you before. At the moment, the newest version is 45 quid. That's them building it all for you, putting it all together and sending it off to you in the post is 45 quid. You can buy the component parts and the plans and all the different bits. And if you're a whiz with a soldering iron, thank you Fluffy1 Esquire, thank you very much for the URL. You can buy all the bits and solder it all together yourself with their instructions, which will save you a lot of money. Don't think it saves you all that much actually, because they're pretty cheap on the cost themselves anyway. I think they don't charge much over the retail rate for the components to include their labour in it as well, so it is very, very much worth it. Grab one if you can. Grab one if you can afford it, because it will improve your gaming experience. It's comparable to things like Track IR, if you're a little bit confused as to what I'm talking about. Yes, you will enjoy. The thing is, there's so many different things you can add onto this game to make it a more immersive experience, and it doesn't cost all that much. You know, I mean, my initial setup with this on my laptop, when I used it on the laptop, was essentially just a joystick, and that was all I needed, and it became an awesome game. When I got the Ed Tracker and I got a better computer, which you probably don't need to because you're already downloading it, you already, I would assume. HTC Vive, that was it. Thank you, Fluffy1 Esquire. I missed that post earlier. Where was I? Yeah, the Ed Tracker just added that extra bit when I got the new computer, when it was fast enough to actually handle any additional inputs. And just adds that little bit extra, and it's not that expensive. So for I suppose at that point, less than 100 quid over and above the game, or less than $100 over and above the game, you have something that is going to improve your experience a hell of a lot, and it's also usable for other games as well. So HCS Voice Packs is about, for the basic HCS Voice Pack and a copy of Voice Attack, you're looking at about a tenner. So about say $15 tops, and you've got the voice control thing sorted out. And as Garzini says, does that have to be much of a whiz? If you can use it, I think if you can hold a soldering iron and put solder on it without burning yourself, I think you've got enough expertise to be able to build one. It doesn't use tiny components; it uses fairly large components on a fairly decent sized circuit board, so you don't have to worry about being a soldering genius if you really want to do it that way. If you've done soldering at school or any electronics at school or college or anything like that, then it's easy enough to put one together, I think. But me, I'm a lazy bastard, so I'd quite happily just get someone else to do it for me, basically. Because I actually probably would burn myself trying to do it. Although having said that, I have stripped and rebuilt my laptop recently. And then my previous laptop was a bastard for overheating its power supply socket and melting it off the board. So I've resoldered that about 20 times in the past. So yeah, I'm not that dangerous, obviously. So I seem to have spent most of this game session actually selling the game. I hope it's been worth it. I hope you guys like what you hear, and I am Freeman and Sulfide if you've not played this before, or anyone else who might be out there not having played this before if you're listening. Then I hope you like what you see, like what you hear. It's an awesome game to play if you like the open world sandbox kind of thing. So I'd heartily recommend it to anyone who wants a bit of freedom. What I'm doing at the moment, exploring, I'm doing it because it's fun and it's relaxing and it's nothing to worry about. You know, I'm just floating about in space, don't have to worry about anybody else. Because being pulled out of hyperspace by someone else and then shot at can be a little bit stressful, and it's been happening a bit too often to me lately because they keep on trying to transfer slaves between systems, and slaves being quite expensive. You can't 1.5 million credits worth of slaves. Pirates are going to go, ooh, slaves, free slaves if I destroy that hull, and it gets a bit tiring after a while. So I've decided to go exploring and have a bit of a chill out session. It means that I can essentially fly around the galaxy, talk to you guys that haven't worried too much about what's happening. And it's relaxing, really. That's why I like it. Usually I put some music on, but yet again this session I forgot to put music on. Do it every single time these days. But never mind. But yeah, so I hope you enjoy it. I hope you enjoy the stream. I hope you enjoy the game. I am Freeman. Yeah. Ironically, I've just got my Star Citizen weekly update through email. I'm such a traitor. Take care, Simmer1540. Thank you for stopping by. I hope you've enjoyed yourself. I'll be heading off in a few minutes. I'm gonna finish scanning this planet and see if I can land on it. I don't think I can. I'm going to find one I can land on, then park myself on that for the night. Now that I have the ability to do it, I'm going to not leave myself floating in space for exploration sessions. I'm actually going to land on something. Nope, and the closest one away is that one. Right, that's me peed all over this system. That's mine, this is mine, this is mine, that's mine, that's not mine, that smells bad. And once I've done that, I'll go and speak to DJ Truthsayer. Simmer1540, like it, thank you for the follow. Most kind of you. And thank you for the lovely comment as well. I just noticed that. I was looking somewhere else when you made that comment there. I'm actually slightly distracted by Commander Fluffy Bun's picture. It's just weird. It's just too weird. I'm going to have to get it off my screen actually because it's actually weirding me out. Now half an hour late. Oh, I'm shit at this timekeeping crap. That's okay. It's not your fault. I'm going to blame Junks. Blame Junks for being freaky. Hush now, Garzini, hush. Ooh, a big blob. I'll land on that blob, I think. I said at 10 to 7 that I was going to stream for 10 minutes, so...
Orbital flight engaged.
Hang on. Boost.
Afterburners engaged.
Boost.
Afterburners.
Pyre the Dirtbag is following the channel. Thank you very much, Pyre the Dirtbag, for your follow. I've got an email just said that Malik. Oh, there we go. Malik T. Thank you for the follow. Boost.
Afterburners engaged.
4 follows during the stream. Thank you very much, guys. Appreciate it. I just regret the fact that you guys have obviously just arrived on the channel and I'm probably going to be signing off once I've landed this crate. Boost.
Afterburners maxing engines.
Burst.
Afterburners maxing engines.
Ow!
Shields offline.
Oops. That hurt. Deploy landing gear.
Deploying landing gear.
Obviously I was a bit heavy on the downward thrusters there.
Shields online.
Well, that's probably the most fucked up landing I've done. Wow. That broke me. God damn it, I'm just going to have to do some repair. Luckily I brought an auto repair module with me, so I should be able to get all that fixed and be a bit more careful next time and not boost myself down when I'm trying to land. Hopefully. Anyway. Yes, so thank you everybody for watching. I'm going to call it a day there. And then I'm going to go and talk to DJ Truthsayer. So I hope you've enjoyed the stream, I hope you've had fun with me, and I hope you found the game interesting if you've never seen it before. Thank you for the follow, guys. Apologies that those of you who've just joined in the stream have just seen the end of it. But by all means, if you want to watch the broadcast, then it'll be obviously on video on demand for the next few days, and it'll be on YouTube after a while anyway, because I always put my stuff up on YouTube after a while. So yes, thank you guys. Take care of yourself. No problem, Freeman. I hope you enjoy the game. I hope you've had a good time. Take care of yourself, guys, and I'll see you. Oh, I'll be on again on Monday. I'll be streaming Monday night on my regular Monday night stream, which will be from 8 PM UK time until about 10, half 10, roughly, something like that. Probably won't be on tomorrow. If I am, you've followed me. You'll get the notification and let you know. But thank you guys for joining me, and take care. Cheerio, bye.